And which company were you working with? Okay. So what were you doing with Teradata? Are you into development or production support?
Development.
Development. So what kind of development, like how do you get the requirements and all?
Requirements, okay. We have an on-site in US. So every morning we have a call with them. And based on that, we have a document, okay. We have a customer document. We get a document from there, and he actually tells us what exactly to do it. And he tells to a TL and a TL tells to us. That's how it happens.
Okay. And I'll just share my screen. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I have two tables, table 1 and table 2. Okay. Table 1 I have name 1, name 2, ID, and table 2 I have name 1, name 3, ID, and salary. Okay. So I want my output like first name, ID, and salary. So name should consist of name 1, name 2, and name 1 and name 3 from table 1 and table 2. And salary, wherever there is null, it should be as no salary.
Okay. Shall I start?
Yeah.
Where should I type it out? Where should I type it out?
I don't get you.
Where should I type it?
No, you can just tell me the sample SQL. You need not be accurate and all. You have pen and paper with you?
No, I don't.
You just get pen and paper.
Yes. Okay. So we want to join both of these tables based on ID.
Yeah, okay. Right, I got it. Just tell me like how do we get the name and how do we get the salary?
No, if you want no salary and all, we can use case for that. And after you joining based on names, you can concatenate using these pipe symbols.
Okay, how do you concatenate? Like for the name, I want exact. Like you tell me which table and which column you will be concatenating. Say take T1, table 1 as T1 as alias name and table 2 as T2 as alias name.
Okay. T1 dot name, pipe, 2 pipes.
Yeah.
And T2 dot name based on IDs, grouping, inner join based on IDs.
Yeah, that is fine. So it is T1 dot.
T1 dot name.
But there is no name, right? We have name 1 and name 2.
Okay, name 1, sorry.
Okay, T1 dot name 1, 2 pipes.
2 pipes, T1 dot T2 dot name 2.
Okay, then.
And that is for
yeah.
How do you? Yeah, that is for names and yeah, tell me.
But how we are getting Sachin Tendulkar? If I join T1 dot name 1 and I should only get when I join a null.
Okay, Colossi, I forgot. COALESC, Colossi, call it. We can replace null values with whatever it is.
So you tell me how I'm going to get Sachin T Ramesh.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, any idea?
Yeah, I got, but it's coming very big. See, what I have done is that, for example, take Sachin Ramesh itself. Okay, so what I have did is I have taken the first name 1 from the T1 table and name 2 from the T2 table. Okay, and checked whether both of them are null or not using a case statement. If this is null or this is null, then use Colossi. Else, concatenate both of them. And I took that column as T1. Okay. And the next column, I have compared similarly name 2 and name 3 and did the same thing. If both are null, then concatenate, yeah.
Can't I use this? Does it work?
Okay. Yeah, but the problem is that it always not like that, no? Once open it.
Hmm?
Okay, here it is.
So you tell me what this does.
What it does is, coalesce in the sense it replaces if null field with other field. That's what it does. So when T1 is null,
Yeah.
yeah, so the first statement is when T1 name is null, it replaces the T1 with T2. If both are null, it replaces with null pipeline. The second thing coalesce is that it if T1 is null, it replaces with this one, and again pipeline, and again the same thing.
Okay. So we get this desired result with this.
Result will get, but I'm thinking it can't be used for everything, no? For example,
Why
what
can't
if,
I use?
yeah, I'm telling it, T1 dot,
What I'm taking is I'm taking wherever first it if I, whatever you give first, it will take select from that. If you have
yeah,
Virat
got it.
here itself, it doesn't go to the T2 itself.
Okay, yeah, got it. I'm thinking, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to, I have an employee ID, salary date. Okay.
Mm.
So I have for 2 months, Jan and Feb.
Okay.
Okay. And I have three employees, one, two, three.
Mm.
Uh, third employee is getting two salaries in Feb. One is on 14th Feb and one is on 20th Feb.
Mm. Yeah.
What I want is I want a salary of employee, every employee for every month. Suppose Feb, if you have two salaries, I want the sum of the salary. How do you
Okay.
get that?
Okay. Okay. We can use a substring, and we can group by the substring output, and based on that, we can do a sum of salary.
Oh, when do you use? Why do you want to use substring?
No, just to get the January.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what is
So
your idea? And just it's okay.
no. Like
What?
you can tell me the sample uh, example, like outline.
Okay. Uh, what is that? We have employee IDs, no? So what we'll be doing is that with the help of a substring column, I'll be taking only one of the month. Let us say January. Okay. And based on January, I'll be doing a sum of the salaries on that. I'll be grouping by employee IDs and doing some of the salaries based on that, and I'll be ordering by salary month. That's what.
You will be grouping only by employee ID and ordering by salary date,
Yeah, salary month. Yeah, that's it.
or you be grouping by salary month and both employee ID and salary month.
Uh, Grouping by both an employee number, employee and salary month. Salary month is essential. We can't get a select without a salary month. Yeah.
What if I want to get the highest in for every month?
Okay, we'll be doing a max of it rather than doing the sum.
Max of it rather than doing a sum. Okay. Other like when you do a max of it, you will be on what and all you will be grouping by?
Employee ID and the salary date.
So when you do by employee ID and salary date, then even this also should come, right?
Yeah, that's what I will be doing. What is it? Sum or whatever it is. No, it doesn't come. So when I do a sum of salary,
You do
uh,
sum of salary, okay,
yeah,
and you are
so
grouping by on employee ID and
and
salary date,
salary date.
salary month.
Salary date on the substance column. Yeah.
Okay, so max of employee ID for 1 and Jan 1st is 10. So this should come, right?
So you want only this one. Jan, Feb, and Feb.
You see,
Okay.
on Jan I have only 30 is the highest, and third employee is having that.
Okay, got it, got it. For entire month, you want the highest peak. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what can I do is I can do a partition, I think. So a rank function.
So how do you do that?
Whatever it is, I'll do a month. I'll take a substring of the month and rank. I'll do partition by month and order by salary. And based on that, I'll qualify based on Rn is equal to 1. And from there, I'll take it.
Okay.
Other way to do it.
Yeah. You have to do the
Any
rank.
other way to do it.
We have name, subject, and marks.
Satish,
Yeah.
any other way to do it?
We use rank. It's a good
Rank,
way.
that's
Yeah. So we have name, subject, and marks.
okay.
Okay. I have physics, chemistry, max, physics, biology, max, physics, chemistry, max. Like they have three subjects to be chosen.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to display as this time I want for ID, name, then wherever they are having right. Say, let me take this physics. Let me make it as chemistry. So I should be having the result as this. How do you do that?
Okay. What is it? Physics. Sachin is having a total marks physics 75. So you want to
I want a display with respect to subject.
subject. You don't want average anything like that.
No, nothing. I just want a normal display.
Sachin has two physics subjects, no?
Why?
Physics.
Sachin is having one
Yeah,
physics,
yeah, yeah.
chemistry.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, got it. So what you're doing is that it's like a transformation, no?
Idea?
What I'm thinking is that I'll break the tables into three tables, okay? And
Okay.
one for Sachin, one for Dravid, and one for Anil. And based on ID, then I'll leave that. What I'll be doing is that this table is there, no? Sachin, Dravid, and Anil. I'll be doing inner join. That can be, no? So I'll be joining based on IDs, and all these three Sachins are there, no? Which are one after another. I'll join in such a way that they are parallel. They are in a single line, and then I'll pick from there. I'll be doing an inner join with that. Based on IDs, I'll join inner join. I'll make them parallel in a single line, and then from there I'll pick it up. That can be, no?
Okay. If you join, then you're taking this Sachin. So you're joining on ID and ID. So,
ID I'll be joining. Yeah. Then
so
both IDs are
let's so let's see how it will come. So we have two tables now, right? So you're joining on ID. So
four
what
tables.
will be the select statement?
Select. Okay. Leave the select. I'll tell from inner join. Okay. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Inner join will be taking three tables of this. T1, T2, T3. Both of them are similar tables. Okay. Same table. I'll be taking as three tables.
You mean you're going to break this table?
I'm not going to break this table. I'm going
Okay,
to
you are
take
going to have one more table. Okay.
same similar tables, three tables I'm going to take.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to join the first three rows with the first three rows with the first three rows of all the table. Inner joins.
Okay. So
And
ID
then,
is equal to one Sachin and physics.
okay,
I
one
mean,
section is
ID is
physics.
equal to one, name is equal to Sachin, subject is equal to physics. Like that?
Yeah, physics. Yeah. We'll be joining to maths and chemistry. Or we'll be joining to all the physics groups.
Okay.
And there, so that I'll make all of them in a single line.
Okay.
So
If you
when
want
you
to make
join,
them all of them in a single line, you should have a select, right?
yeah, select I'll be having.
So what will be your select?
Okay.
Okay, leave it. Can't we use a case statement here?
Case I can use, but case I think will come nulls. So I have to, what I do is, I
Where
again
do you
have
get?
to, yeah.
Where do you get null?
So what you are doing, what I think you are
So
doing is that, yeah, tell me.
case when subject is equal to physics,
Hmm.
then
No, I didn't get
marks
it.
as
I didn't.
physics.
Uh,
Case when subject is equal to chemistry, then marks as chemistry.
okay.
Case when subject is equal to maths, then marks as maths. Will not work.
Yeah, that will work.
Okay. When you're developing SQLs, you have done any performance tuning? Like you do any checks at your end, like whether the query is good or not?
Yeah, we don't explain that, sir.
You do an explain plan. So what do you check in explain plan?
What kind of join it is using, whether it's using first we'll check the primary index, okay, and the partitions are proper or not. The prime, if the we are partitioning based on the primary index, or the primary index is what used in the where clause, that we will check it out. And after that, first will be that. After that, we'll be doing this explain. In the explain query, what we'll be doing is that we'll get the how the PE will be, how the plan is generated for all the PE, and based on that, we prefer using inner joins rather than outer joins and all that. And after that, what we'll do? Mostly that.
Oh,
Mostly
you
that.
don't check any confidence levels?
Yeah, confidence also. You are talking about statistics, correct stats.
Okay.
Are you talking about
So what is
statistics?
your, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, are you talking about statistics?
No, confidence level in your explain plan.
Yeah, that depends on the statistics. No, for example, if the
So
where
what are
clause,
the two confidence levels?
confidence level is high, low, and medium.
High, low, and medium?
Yeah.
Okay. What is low confidence means?
Uh, so it says that it doesn't actually know how much time it takes for the query to get over, and the performance is already deteriorated. It's not sure about the performance. That's what it means.
Okay, then medium confidence?
Medium confidence is, what is it? It's medium. That's it. It's not high. High in the sense it is 100% sure that yeah, this much time it takes and this much performance is being considered. That's all.
Okay. Like when do you use non-unique secondary indexes?
NOPIs, NUPIs. Okay.
No,
Non-unique
NUSI.
secondary index. Okay. NUSI. Okay. Non-unique secondary indexes. I know how it works. Uh, so when you fire a query with the help of non-unique secondary index, you can search all the tables for all the AMs in which the table is present, and it searches subtables also. So that's how the NUSI works. And coming to when we can use it, we can use it when we are not sure about the NUSI and NPI. Primary index, non-primary index, secondary index, and non-secondary index. That's how the flow works. So after these three, the non-secondary index comes, non-unique secondary index.
Okay. So non-unique secondary index is how many AMP operation?
All AMP operation.
And unique secondary index?
It's one or two.
It's one or two.
Yeah.
Like
Same AMP or two AMPs.
okay, you say that when we are not sure about primary index, then you go for secondary unique non-unique secondary index. Is that the case?
Yeah, it's actually based on the where clause which you use, sir. Most on when you are using a query, if the where clause is not on the primary index or any other indexes like non-unique primary index and secondary index, then you use it
Okay, now
for
my question
NUS.
is, does the where clause has to be always on primary index?
Performance will be better.
if you are, it's on primary index. Okay. Suppose you defined a table on some primary index. Now you are
Okay.
using a where clause on. Suppose you defined a primary index on employee ID, but in a where clause you are using with respect to department ID.
Okay. Mm.
So what do you do to get a performance? Now it is not defined on a primary index, right?
Yeah, we do a partition. Sorry, collect stats. Sorry,
You on what you collect stats
on the primary department ID. If
on
department
department.
ID is unique thing, that's what. Or if it can be partition, we also do a partition on it.
Okay. Now how do you select the primary index of a table?
Uh, Basically, we already get which primary index we should use for the table. First
Like
point.
how do they determine that you should use this primary index?
One is the amount of time the column is used in the where clause. And the second point, if that is not there, we'll be using this hash buckets. For example, when we give a column name to a hash row, it's a function. We'll get a hash row, and that will pass it to hash bucket and hash amp, and so that we can actually get how many that column is separated into how many amps.
Okay, that is fine. Now my question is, see, you have this particular, you have a table with respect, say this ID, name, subject, and marks. How do you
Yeah,
define which, which column should be the primary index?
that's what we can do that hash amp. No, I told you.
Oh, you can do.
Yeah,
You are telling how the primary index works. I'm
yeah.
asking how do you choose the primary index? Like whether the primary index has to be on ID, name, or subject, or marks, or the combination of anything.
No, no. Actually, what I am telling is that hash amp functions will be there. No, select hash amp, hash bucket, hash all that. So
Yeah.
based on when we pass a column to it, it actually gives how many amps a particular column can be divided. So
Okay.
our point is about having a skew factor as small as possible. We can use
Okay.
that to get to select the primary index. We will be using that to select a primary index if where clause is not defined. For example, if we don't know exactly on which column, we'll be using it further on any table or any procedure.
Okay. So without checking that, I understand that you want to check the skew factor for every column.
Yeah.
Suppose if there are 100 columns, so you do check the skew factor for all the 100 columns and decide what should be the index.
Okay. Then we'll take on the most unique key. That can also be the case, no?
Yeah.
Most
But
unique key.
okay. Okay. That should be the first thing. Whichever,
Okay.
and moreover, what happens if you take the most unique key? Why you want to take the most unique key as the primary index?
Most unique key. Primary index because
You said you want to take a primary index as most unique key.
easy
Is
for
there
identification.
some reason, right?
Yeah, easy for identification.
Easy for identification for whom?
For example, if we take a primary index as a most unique key, then when you're doing a insert clause or when you're doing whatever select clause it will be easy for the Teradata to actually identify the key.
So how
This
does
can
Teradata identify its key?
what you're saying is you are talking about how a query cycle works.
Yeah. Now you are defining a primary index. So
Hmm.
you said that you want to take whatever is the unique key as a primary index. Okay.
Hmm.
Now you define the unique key as a primary index.
Hmm.
Now you say it will be easy for Teradata to identify that unique key. How does Teradata identify? How does it work?
Okay, so what happens is that when you give a select query, the P generates the steps, and first what it happens is that in a select statement, it will check for the primary key. For example, if you give a select query in a where clause, you give a primary key, so it checks the primary key, and based on the hashing algorithm, it will hash that, and it will get an amp, and in that amp, it goes and it starts searching for it. No, when you give the most unique key, the point is that the number of amount of columns it can search, or it can get the key faster than when you give a non-unique primary key. That's what I'm saying about.
Okay. And have you anytime used on utilities? Utilities?
Yeah, yeah.
What kind of utilities have you used?
TPT, fast load, and multi-load, and what is that? TPTs only mostly. I use mostly
Okay.
TPTs. Yeah.
TPT. What is the advantage of TPT then other than than fast load and multi load?
The basic advantage is that you can load from more than one table, and that's the basic advantage. Parallelization happens rather than for other fast loads and multi loads.
Okay. What are the differences between fast load and multi load?
Fast load, its first point is that the fast load happens. Fast load you can only insert. You can't. Whereas in multi load you can do update, deletes. That is one basic advantage. And the second one is that okay. Shall I explain the plan ones? I'm starting to recollect it.
Yeah.
What happens is that what happens is that in a fast load, when you do it, when you start a fast load step, what happens is that data will be first the data will be assembled in a 64 kilobyte chunks, and which will be transferred to the various amps using the sessions. And from that amp which it gets data, the data will be passed, and the primary index and all that will be generated. Primary index will be there, and the data will be passed, and it will be sent to the respective amps. So fast load, we need two tables, extra table, that is ET and UV table. In multi load, we need only work table and extra thing. Fast load, it has only two phases, that is acquisition phase and application phase. In multi load, we have 5 phases. Fast load, we can duplicates are not allowed in fast load. In multi load, we can load duplicates. And what all is there? Mostly that, as far as I can get. No, yeah.
Okay. Doesn't allow duplicates.
Yeah.
Why
fast load
doesn't allow duplicates?
Because of checkpoints.
Huh?
Checkpoints.
So multi load doesn't have checkpoints.
Multi load has sequence numbers. So every record, it has a sequence number. Yeah.
So fast load doesn't allow duplicates because of checkpoints, but multi load
doesn't have a sequence. Multi load has a sequence number which can allow duplicates. Yeah. Okay. Even though it has checkpoints.
You know that multi load doesn't allows non-unique secondary indexes, but fast load doesn't support non-unique. Why is that?
Why is that? As far as I have read about it, it's about a performance.
Okay. So multi-load has how many phases?
5 phases.
5 phases. When you are doing delete from a multi-load, does all the 5 phases execute?
No.
Which phase doesn't execute?
The first phase will execute. Second phase, I think the application phase doesn't have any use.
What does application phase do in multi-load?
Acquisition phase. Application phase has use.
Okay, what does acquisition phase do in multi-load?
Acquisition phase gets the data.
Gets the data. So why the delete will not have the acquisition phase?
Because the delete has no data. We use acquisition phase when you're using inserts or updates, so that data can flow from our amps to the original amps. The original in the sense where exactly data has to be loaded. But when you are using a delete, there is nothing called as acquisition. There is no data. There's just a delete statement which has to be fired on a table. That's it.
Okay. Okay, and you have anytime used volatile tables?
Volatile tables. I haven't used, but I have an idea on volatile tables. Yeah.
Yeah, what is the volatile tables?
Volatile tables are tables. For example, there are kinds of volatile tables. The first one, exactly forgot the names of it, but first there is a kind of volatile table which stays as long as we fire a query. For example, we are doing a select statement with a what is it? We use a select star on a table, and we enclose it with the brackets, and on top of that we do an operation on something else. So the table which is enclosed in the bracket is called a volatile table. So it only presence will be there as long as the query is executing. After that, the table evaporates. Volatile is nothing but it doesn't last long. It's not a permanent table. That's what volatile means. So that is one kind of volatile table. Yeah.
What is global temporary table?
Global temporary tables are tables which the whole structure will be stored in the metadata, like TBC. Yeah.
Okay. How come you never worked on volatile tables? You have 3 years.
3 years? Yeah. Volatile in the sense, that's what I'm saying. I have used these kind of tables, but specifically volatile, I haven't worked on any tables like when you log, when there will be one kind of volatile table where when you log into a session, as long as you come out of the session, the table will be there. I haven't worked on that kind of table. I forgot what the table's name is, but yeah, there is one kind of volatile table.
Okay, now I want to update Sachin marks from 90 to 95. Okay, before it is 90, I want to update it is 95. Tell me what should be the update statement.
You want to update directly on this table only, no?
Yeah.
Update update table 1 where ID is equal to 1, name is Sachin, and subject is physics. Sorry. Set marks is equal to 90. Marks is equal to 95.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks. I think we are good. Okay. They'll get back to you on the feedback. Okay.
Yeah, and you're from Capgemini or?
I'm working for the consultancy. Okay.
Okay.
We have recorded the session. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Have a nice day.